Hey everyone, this is Lance with Lance's Gym. I know it's been a while since I've posted any sort of content here on YouTube, but I just wanted to bring you all up to speed on what's been going on in my life. So on April 9th, I ended up having open heart surgery for a quadruple bypass. This was largely due to the fact that I had coronary artery disease that had basically gone undetected for a very long period of time. Even in spite of all my annual checkups, blood work, doctor's visits, etc., it just went undiscovered, and there was no indicator that anything was really wrong with my heart. Leading up to the surgery, I ended up having 4 heart attacks, 3 of them within the time of March 17th to March 19th, the third one landing me in the hospital. The reason I had 3 heart attacks is because the first 2, I didn't know that they were heart attacks. The third one was definitely a heart attack because it was diagnosed in the ER during triage. And at that point, they started doing their thing and getting me ready for treatment options. So they first tried going in with a stent. They couldn't do that because the artery is so clogged. And then the second thing they did was they put in an angioplasty in me, which is basically a balloon in, near your heart. So soon after that was done on Saturday, I developed fevers. And so that was pushing back the surgery because they had no idea where the infection was or where it was coming from. And clearly they weren't going to open me up and spread any sort of infection. So by Tuesday, they pulled out the angioplasty and then the fevers stopped. So they gave it a couple days to see how everything was going, and then they were talking potentially Friday or the Monday that followed to have surgery. And but on that Saturday, they told me they were sending me home. So they sent me home to await for surgery to be scheduled for a couple different reasons. So I ended up coming back home, and then things were going fine. I was okay, I was stable. And then a week after I had been home, I ended up with the 4th heart attack. So admitted myself back into the emergency room, and then I had the surgery the following day. So soon after that surgery, I was released 4 days after to finish my recovery at home, which was going pretty well for a couple weeks. And then the 3rd week, I noticed that there was something not right. So I admitted myself back into the hospital again, and that's when they discovered a blood clot in my heart, which not only lowered my heart function to 35%, but then it also started making me have these SVT episodes. And if you're not familiar with an SVT, it's basically an increase in your heart rate, where your normal heart rate is between 60 to 100 beats per minute. This can range anywhere between 150 to 250 beats per minute, which is originating in the upper chambers of the heart. While it can be frightening, it's not necessarily life-threatening, but it is pretty scary when it happens. So we've addressed those issues, and thankfully things seem to be now progressing in the right direction. I have a few more follow-ups this week, one of them being an MRI to check both the clot status and the heart function. Since the heart function dropped to 35%, they fitted me with a defibrillator life vest, which would shock my heart back into a rhythm, or if my heart stopped altogether. It's very unnerving stuff, but it was a precautionary measure to be fitted with this. So if everything comes back with the MRI as good signs, then I will be able to get out of this vest. and then hopefully start increasing my recovery. But since things are progressing in the right direction, my cardiac therapist has advised me that I can start doing light weight and endurance training, and I've already started back to that. So today was my third day back with training, so I'm very grateful for that. And so going forward, my plan is to post my recovery process and the exercises, but not only the exercises, I also plan on adding in the nutrition, supplementation, also updates on my condition and the progress that I'm moving at. My hope is that it will benefit anyone who has dealt with a similar experience, such as mine, and to help keep a positive outlook, because at times going through this, there are definitely downtimes. There's definitely some depression because it's a life-changing event. Your heart is your lifeline, and it's a scary thing. So I've done everything I can to keep myself motivated and positive throughout this entire experience. I would not have been able to do it without the support of my friends and my sons as well. So they've been a huge part of that. So I'm very grateful for them. But that's pretty much it. That's kind of what's going on. I'm looking forward to the challenge of getting through this and getting back to a normal lifting routine. I'm not really sure if I will be ever powerlifting again, but I know a few people that have been through a similar situation and who are still competing in powerlifting. So that's a very hopeful thing for me to acknowledge. So thank you for watching, and I look forward to sharing my progress with you all. Thanks, and have a good night.